Harpers Ferry. The town of Harper Ferry was established by Robert Harper in 1734. However, there were early signs of indigenous people in the 1200 BC, and as time progressed, Europeans began to settle in that area. So the sighting of indigenous people it started to decrease, and the first encounter between indigenous and Europeans was in 1520. Harper's Ferry was actually selected by the president of the time, George Washington, for it to be a federal armory. Harper's Ferry was located between the borders of West Virginia and Maryland. As we can see, it is here in the far western region, and it was surrounded by two rivers, Potomac and Shenandoah River, which was really essential, especially for powering mills, the transportation of goods, and factories. In addition, the mountains provided for charcoal, which also was essential for powering trains, cooking, and stuff like that. Some aspects of Harbor Ferry were that, like I mentioned, George Washington picked this area to be a federal armory. So there was a lot of production of muskets, rifles, pistols. At one point, there were around 400 workers working, and it made a transition from a traditional crafting method production to an industrial machine production, which really boosted the town, how it developed. John H. Hall was actually a developer who developed this interchangeable firearm. In addition to the production of weapons, iron foundries, tannery, cotton, and flour mills were also some of the industrial areas that were supported by this town. Major events that occurred in Harper Ferry were that it was used as a passage to freedom from those runaway slaves moving from southern state to northern, moving into Canada, and it was a place where John Brown's raid took place. As we know, John Brown's raid somewhat contributed to the start of the Civil War. During this war, about 10 people passed away. Two, which were his sons, was John Brown's sons, and after the Civil War, the town was destroyed by the battles. The location of Harper's Ferry made it prosper and flourish. Like I mentioned, it had many aspects such as rivers, mountains, and just in general, the major production of weapons, as the president had made it a federal armory, and it provided a refuge for runaway slaves. It also was the place where John Brown's initiative to end slavery took place.